Hello. 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 Hello.
Hi. You're there.
There we go.
Yeah,
I exist.
I hear you.
Oh.
He lives.
He has returned.
All right.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, it's not nice, we're recording. So that's how we're going to start this off, huh? Throw around the R word.
It's starting.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
I did not do that.
Can we just bleep it out? Just bleep it when she starts like
Oh,
arguing.
we thought of that.
She says
have no
returned.
idea.
We just bleep out the last earned part of it.
Oh, no.
You
There's
size
my
a waiver.
Just bleep out random words, make it sound like you're a horrible person.
We should.
That's okay. It's not like we don't tag everyone's name in the description, so you're fine.
I feel like we have to keep talking until you can get to a good cold intro that doesn't have horrible things in it.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm waiting for. I haven't pressed the intro music. It's like, none of this is good. I don't want to use this as cold open at all.
I feel like this was a great cold opener. Let's roll the
I thought so,
intro.
too.
Let's roll it.
Roll
the
it.
intro. Or you're fired.
It's music. And then there's a logo.
Oh my goodness. Let's Triflix cast. Episode something?
David, show me your moves.
My toddler would dance to this.
He would. His toddler's dance.
Yeah.
He was literally doing this today.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great little cold intro for a great little podcast based out of Columbus, Indiana, the best one in all Columbus!
Yay!
I wanted to ask about that. Is there another podcast in Columbus?
There are a couple of
Not that we acknowledge.
None of the quality that deserves to compare to us.
until we get invited on, no one else exists. There are none others.
We can bestow our greatness upon their podcast.
Yeah. We'll offer some pointers because clearly
We've got it all figured out.
we definitely
Yeah.
didn't take a
Very
half
good.
hour to figure out audio.
Never.
Never. So yeah, it's a little podcast based on Columbus, Indiana. We do filmmaking and short films and edit things for clients like real estate photos and commercials and product shoots and occasional waxings. And if you're interested in any of that, you're in the right place.
North of the equator.
yeah. And today we got
Just armpits.
we got some special guests.
We got the Bakers. We got
Oh,
Derek
the
Baker,
Bakers.
Elise
Hello.
Baker, and David's
The
always
normal
here.
guy.
So we don't care about him. Care about these
He's
guys.
here every week.
It's just David.
The special baker.
We were watching a home video earlier today, and it was me like filming Claire when she was a baby, and I was like, "Say hi to Daddy, hi Claire," and then I panned over and I was like, "There's David."
So it's been this way for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just continues. I can't get away from it.
It's okay. Yeah, that's just a fact. That's just part of life, you know. You go into new friend circles, and somehow similar things just
Managed to be the least exciting person in the group.
No. We're all special.
We
What
all
is it?
have
What
our
is more special?
talents.
Well, David, you're the middle.
I am the middle
That
child.
explains so much.
It really does. Yep.
And these are your cousins?
No.
No.
Derek is my older brother.
Ah,
And
yes.
Elise/Claire. So there's a thing.
Let's address the thing. Let's address the
Second-
elephant in the room.
Another guest where we have to explain naming conventions. Claire is Claire to us because we grew up calling her Claire for about, 20 years.
18.
We'll give you the last couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
And but she's going by Elise now. So if you hear Claire or Elise, they're the same person.
Yeah.
But we're just
It
being
gives me
naughty.
so much anxiety.
Don't worry.
Every time, what do I call her?
Miss Baker.
Like, before you walk to the other, it's like, David, which name do I say? Which name is it? I just want to be right. You all do the right thing. So.
You're fine. Those two will probably call me Claire. So if
Okay.
you just want to call me Claire for the sake of continuity, that is completely fine.
See, I tell
I don't
other
have
people
any
to call
issues.
you Elise, but
That's
then I
good.
call you Claire. anyway.
Yeah. Hypocrisy at its finest.
Yeah, I have a habit. It's hard to break.
Oh man.
The family dynamic already at play. Which, speaking of family, a great way I think to kick it off.
Yes.
David's got a story, and I don't know if you guys have heard this or not. So I figured this would be a great way to get to know everybody. Why don't you talk about the little thing that happened to you on a film set recently?
Is this the shoot we did with Abhishek?
Yes, this is the one where you ran into that person that you didn't expect.
So, before we ever did the 48-hour challenges, it was just Tristan and I working. And it was this Saturday, I think. We got a client shoot with our now friend Abhishek. And he was doing the 48-hour challenge. And we were just there to just do camera work, which was really fun. It was super exciting. And this was still when I was still living at home. And before I left to go to the shoot, my mom also left. She said she had like an acting thing to go to. It was like, okay, she's like doing a play or whatever. I didn't think anything of it. And I told her I was going to do stuff with Tristan. And so we both leave roughly the house at the same time. And we show up at the same location, but we were like on set in different places for almost about 20 minutes. And had no idea she was there, and that no idea that we were hired on for the same thing, but for like different roles, obviously. And
That's crazy.
But this film has like an implied sex scene in it.
Yep.
And so like we had to film my mom like partially without clothes. She's covered, but like she's like kind of half naked underneath like a blanket or something. And it's like, oh, this is super weird. I'm getting paid to do this. It was very uncomfortable. And had no idea it was gonna happen.
Yeah. I remember Triflix sharing that video, and I didn't know my mom was in it.
Yeah.
And I was just watching it, and I was like, oh, who's this lady? Oh, that's my mom. Why is she? No,
It's my
stop! That's
Don't do it! You're not my dad!
That was weird.
Yeah. And I think Dad knew. Like, I mean, he knew that
Still
she was
doesn't
going
to
to
this
go
day.
do this, but I don't think he's seen the video still.
Probably not.
He's
No, stop. Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't have to edit any of that.
Oh,
I don't
Oh
think
my
I touched.
gosh.
We just handed off the footage. You're like, yeah, we're done.
Yep. We were just hired the DP and AC for it.
What does that mean? What does the name
Director of photography. Golly, that's a very. Is anybody hearing noise? A little
mean? I'm
bit
hearing
there.
some static.
A little static.
I hope it's not in the source.
I hope
We'll
it's.
find
We're gonna
out.
find out.
Oh, if it is, stick around for more. This story gets better. Director of photography is a DP, and that's the person that runs the camera and makes all the shots look pretty. And then the AC is the assistant camera operator. That's the guy that like carries the camera around between shots and helps with like lenses and sometimes follow focus. It depends on how big your crew be. Yeah. So that's what we were doing on
Oh my
the shoot
gosh.
that day, and it just happened to have a lovely subject.
Oh yeah, it turned out to be a great film. It was really well written, and it went on to win 3 awards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh. 3 awards.
3 awards.
That's so
We know what it's
impressive.
like.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was quite the first experience being on like a real set. Which
Right.
was different, but it was a
What
good
up,
time.
Mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Mom. No.
Well, and kind of going along with that, one of the things we had on here and that I'm curious about is if you guys had any other stories or anything, and like what it was like kind of growing up together, and kind of the dynamics at play. Because David shared some home videos with us.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. So we've gotten some visuals of what it was like to be in the Baker household. So I'm just curious, kind of starting from the essentially starting from the beginning and working our way through here.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Do you wanna share some about that? You're the oldest. You've
Sure.
been around for the longest. You've seen it
So,
all.
I've seen it all.
our dad, he was in the military for 20 plus years.
Okay.
And so, he was deployed many different occasions. And so for us, that meant, we were home with mom. And, mom's doing her best, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, mom. But I think a lot of times that meant we were kind of just running around, just doing stuff. And, just being kids. And we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'd have a lot of fun. And then, as
Yeah.
you saw in those videos, sometimes fun would turn into other things. And yeah, I don't
Usual
know.
family chaos.
Oh yeah, definitely some chaos.
Yeah, definitely did not escape childhood unscathed. There were definitely incidences, where some might say Derek was the perpetrator. David might agree with that, but
Yeah,
I think that's
I get
Derek
that.
and I had some rough interactions. I can't think of the word for
That's
it.
kind of how that works
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I think-
it was just-
altercations.
I think it'd be fair.
I would
I would,
say.
I would bother David intentionally. I would poke at him, torment him, annoy him.
Yeah.
There was a door involved at one point.
Hey.
A
There
door
was an
connecting
incident.
with David's face.
Hey.
Oh man.
So did you guys ever have like that one kind of like knockdown, drag out kind of thing that everybody kind of realized like, hey, maybe from here on out this should be different? I had that one with my brother.
Maybe the door.
Maybe the door. He
Yeah.
took a door to the face and he's like, I'm out. I'm out.
I did take a door to the face. That's, I think, is this side?
The other
Other
eyebrow.
side.
Down.
Okay.
There's a scar in my eyebrow from the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, explains a lot.
Yeah.
We were like in David's room.
Mhm.
I don't know why.
Xbox.
Xbox. We were
Yeah,
arguing
so-
about Xbox.
He'll never
We had
forget.
TVs in our rooms, but we only had
Always
one
the Xbox.
And so we were
Oh.
always moving the Xbox between my
Yeah.
room and his room. Eventually, we had a TV down and put it in the basement. We just left it there. But Derek was playing on. He was lazy one day. He was playing on the Xbox in my room. He just didn't want to move it out. And so I was like, I can't go hang out in my room because he's being obnoxious playing the Xbox. And I just got tired of it, I think. And I chucked my a pair of used underwear over his head because you're like, yeah, that'll teach him. I'll get my point across real well. And he didn't like that.
Maybe some wrestling or something.
You're trying to wrestle me, and I was like, I just need to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I just made a bolt for the door, and I went to yank the door open, and I just pulled it into my face.
Oh, wait, you hit yourself with a door.
I think, from what I can remember, I think Derek tried to grab me, or he ended up pushing me, and I had a little bit extra, like
Yeah.
2 inches forward than I was.
I pulled him into the path of the door.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he was trying to
Yeah.
run away, and I think I was trying to get him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I pushed him or pulled him, but he
I think
opened
you
the
were
door.
maybe trying to pull me, and then I overcame you, and you let go, and I went
Yeah.
right into the door.
Yeah.
So I slingshotted
Yeah.
into it. Bam!
Did you have the don't tell mom talk?
Oh,
Oh,
he,
no,
heard
that-
it. He had to get stitches.
It was
We had
bad
to
enough.
tell
Like,
Mom.
Mom and Dad are just right down the hallway, and so they heard everything. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I remember walking down the hall and just seeing blood trickle down your face. So like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like, no,
It's fine.
you're not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
Elise,
that
how
was
is,
bad.
how is that being like the only? You're like the youngest. You're the only girl sibling. Like,
Yeah, it was very interesting just because I saw a lot of what they were doing most of the time. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I was
I'm
like,
out.
I'll watch it go down, but I don't think I'll ever get involved. No, No, I kind of just watched most of it happen. There was probably more than a couple of times David busted me for doing stuff, and that's really where he and I butted heads the most time. But I feel like
You
Derek.
almost snitch?
Yeah, he was.
Well,
Well,
I think probably the best story is probably the popsicle sticks,
The popsicle stick story is the
because I was about to get in trouble.
culmination. Yeah. Well, so I was like, picture this 5-year-old me. I'm not doing much, just sitting in the basement watching cartoons. And I have a sugar rush. So I'm just eating popsicles, all that kind of stuff. I'm too lazy to get up and throw them away. So I have this little AC vent in our basement that was like bent open. And so I would just pop them in. I just slid them in there. I probably did that for several months. It was like a continuous thing. I remember because I could see them like stack up. And apparently our mom eventually discovered it, and David was about to get the rap for it.
Yeah.
And he did not let that happen. He just threw me right out there.
When you're in trouble, it's very intense with their mom. And I was like, it wasn't me. I know who did.
I can explain.
Please don't drown me. It was her. Now you prove it.
I'm seeing a trend with you, David.
Yeah.
I've not done anything wrong.
Never done
You've all
anything
done
wrong
things
my
wrong.
entire life.
Ever. Give me money, please.
I think once we all end up moving out of the house, though, we became much better friends in our relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Gotcha.
sure.
Drastically.
Was there ever a time when like something went down and somebody else ended up having to take the rap for it? Or did David pretty much keep everybody
I don't know,
straight?
did I get to pin anything on you that you didn't do? I don't think so.
I think a lot of the times that like just wouldn't happen because it's like, no, I'm not. That was them. That was them. Not my fault. Not my fault at all. Because I mean,
No
I can't-
framing.
No.
No framing.
No.
I don't know if we ever conspired to cover something up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
I know one time
Did a lot of that.
Claire locked Derek out of his room.
I can't remember this.
It was like a dark and stormy
It
night,
was a
too.
dark and stormy night, and I had an irrational fear of thunderstorms. So, as all people would do, I locked the bedroom that contained the GameCube of the games which they were playing. They were playing a game of Smash. It started thunderstorming, so we went back out into the kitchen to get something, but I just like popped the door behind me and locked it with and then
No more GameCube.
I don't remember this.
I remember it because you were very upset with me because you had to call mom and you're like, Mom, like the door to my bedroom is locked and Claire's freaking out because it's thunderstorming because it's like pouring, and of course like our dad wasn't home,
Yeah.
and so it's just this whole
remember
mess.
You used to be really scared of storms.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
you were.
it was a bad combination of things. It was very bad.
It was very bad. It was bad.
It's a real problem.
There's just things that if there are viewers, listeners that are eating, they just wouldn't want to continue doing that because there was messy things that happened with me. So
I think my most
grown out of
memorable thing
I've grown out of it.
with your fear of storms is I think back in the flood of 08 when it was really
Oh, gosh.
like
yeah.
so much downpour all at once. Our roof did leak a little. We were like safe afterwards. Like we didn't suffer much, thankfully, from the storm. But our roof was leaking near the chimney. And you saw it, and you're like, "We're gonna die!" You're like freaking out.
We didn't
scared
understand how
for your
floods
life.
work.
Right.
We live on top of a hill really high up.
The whole house is about to be submerged.
well, like it was especially terrifying because like the next week there was like photos in the newspaper of people being like airlifted with helicopters, and I was like, oh my god, that could have been us. I was like, no,
Not aware.
never again. I was like, It's very
Moving to a desert.
yeah. It just never. I would turn off the radio anytime they started mentioning thunderstorms because I thought it was gonna eliminate the city. It didn't work.
And the storm still showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a cat that had the same problem. He was terrified of thunderstorms.
Oh man.
He'd hide under beds, lock doors. No GameCube. It was awful. No GameCube forever.
We actually had a thing happen once. We were having our house remodeled, and the roof was essentially non-existent. And it rained that night, and I woke up at like 3 a.m. and saw water coming down the side of my wall. And, you know, I'm like, this is a bad dream. Like, this is, you know, something bad is, because I was probably either in high school or close to being in high school. So you just wake up, just water pouring down the sides, and then mom and dad are like, oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
And we had to go out there and put a tarp on the house. Yikes. It's a little PTSD.
Yeah.
So one of the other things is, guys, with the home movies and things, I've seen a couple different things, but like, how did some of that interest like come about with kind of filmmaking? And I know both of you have experience in those realms with like acting and plays and kind of doing all that. Whoever wants to start, that's fine. But like, how did that get started, and you know, what started it?
I think it's from our Uncle Tom. Would you agree?
Okay, Uncle Tom.
I think that's probably how we got the camera.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's how we got it.
Yeah. One of our uncles, he's really a close family friend. He's not like biological uncle, but he's like that close. He's like, he's our Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
He used to run around with this big old camcorder, giant thing, and he would record everything, like every holiday, every family event. He would just be filming the entire time. And I just remember thinking that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the same. Yeah, it was just always, he was just kind of, I mean, I think we have very cool uncles, but like he was just doing like always the interesting thing, like always with the camcorder.
Yeah, it was like, he reminds me of like Bill Murray. It was like having Bill Murray walking around your aunt's house with a camcorder, just filming everything.
Making weird comments.
Yeah, weird, really dry, sarcastic jokes. And
Well, that leads us into our reoccurring segment on the show, Rate Your Uncles. How, like, 1 to 10, best uncle, the worst uncle.
probably should
I
do
think
that.
they're all 10s.
Probably
That's right. All 10s.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
If it's an uncle. Oh my gosh. But yeah, because that would have, I'm trying to think like, what would have been in the 90s? Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So you have to do that. That's like the whole thing, right? You have to have the giant camcorder on your shoulder and be like,
big VHSs, you chunk.
oh. I couldn't think of anything.
That's what they did. They
Yeah,
they
that's
got a
Uncle Tom.
camera.
Look at you, I'm Uncle Tom. Ah.
Tom recorded our parents' wedding on the
Oh.
camcorder
Yeah.
with no mics, nothing. So it's just the the mic on the camera, and so you can see the wedding happening. You can't hear anything except Tom's commentary.
That and the occasional.
With the cars going by.
Yeah. You brought that into the office because you were doing some VHS conversions.
Yep, that was part of the batch I was working on that day.
Yeah, so we got to experience some of his cinematography skills.
Yeah. Hey, he was doing great. Nobody else was doing anything like that. They didn't have cell phone cameras or anything.
Right.
Not cell phones at all.
Yeah.
It was a
Bag
really
phones.
neat experience. Now everybody takes videos, and now it's not very novel, but I think
true.
it's very awesome of him at the time to be doing that stuff.
Those cameras weren't cheap either, right?
No.
So they were.
He was telling me a story that he was showing my dad, like, the new camera that he bought, and it's probably, like, early 90s. He was like, yeah, this is, like, about $5,000, and my dad slowly put it back down on the table.
No.
He's like, I'm good. I'm not that interested anymore. He's like, I have kids. I'm going to have kids. Yeah.
So Uncle Tom got it all started, huh? So then, so what was like one of the first major projects, Elise, that you did?
I would say, well, for me, it wasn't as much Uncle Tom. It was our mom because she did so much acting and stuff.
Gotcha.
And so she like, she made me audition for my first musical, and I got one of the lead roles in it. And so,
Okay.
like, 8-year-old me was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
I like this.
Yeah. And so that's kind of where I got started.
Okay.
But actually, in high school, I had the opportunity to work, like, in a professional auditorium. For some reason, our high school had the funds to build like a professional grade auditorium with like the same lighting systems they use on Broadway, and it can sit like 1,500 people. And I was like, this is not every day you experience this kind of thing. But I got to work with some of the staff there that would run the auditorium, and I got to work with a ton of the lighting equipment. I did a lot of lighting design, but that ultimately kind of all came together with my passion for like theater and also the technical side of theater. I ended up directing a play my senior year. It's called Barefoot in the Park by Neil Simon. Not something everybody knows, just like, oh yeah, that thing. But it was a very like much a Seinfeld like sitcom kind of situation, and so I had so much fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I mean, I grew up watching Seinfeld because it was like the things that would be on before, like SpongeBob and things like that. It'd be like Full House, Seinfeld, things like that. So.
That's cool. That's really cool. So is there like a recording of the
Because of copyrights,
Oh yeah.
Cole,
That's a thing.
we can't record plays. Which,
Interesting.
yeah,
very-
you can't do that with plays or musicals or things like that. Because,
Really?
Yeah, no, it's illegal. They will come for you.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of strange copyrights, like laws with that. Like you can, if there is a play adapted from a book, you have to get the rights. Even if the book is like public domain, if somebody makes a play of it, you have to get the rights to use that play. Or you can make your own play from that book.
Yeah.
You just can't use.
Interesting.
specifically- Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, it's this
Whole bunch of
whole
stuff.
debacle.
Sounds kind
Lots
of
of
crazy.
changing of hands with money and stuff like that. I don't deal with that stuff. I'm just like, I want to put on a play.
Yeah.
So,
Make it sound good and look pretty.
Such
Exactly.
a bummer, man.
I
People
get that.
get in the way of having fun.
yeah, but you can take pictures as long
Okay.
as it's as long as you don't use sets from Broadway, because they have copyrighted their sets as well. So you can't photograph their costumes or their set design because that's infringement if you post those pictures anywhere, because they have their own professional photographers that do all of that stuff. It's a crazy world of just like making sure nobody can do anything. That's why they say no flash photography if you go to those things.
Turn
Okay.
off the flash and you're good.
Yeah, if no one catches you.
Yeah.
It's funny, the first thought that came to my head was like, now I know why it was so important for Spider-Man to make it to see MJ's play. It was the
Yeah.
only way he was ever
Yeah.
going to see it.
There's no recordings, man.
There were no recordings. You could be like, hey, I'll just pull it up on YouTube later. It'll be fine.
I'm really glad that was able to give you that kind of enlightenment. If that's the only thing you learned from me talking, fantastic.
Yeah, that's
Now you know.
that's just kind of brutal, man. It seems like there's just so many legality rules for theater, for cinema, and everything that just kind of gets in the way from like, I just want to be a kid with a camera and make something fun without, getting sued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Why can't I bring my camcorder into a movie theater?
Well, yeah.
What's so illegal about that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, I
give
mean,
a movie away for
if
free.
you make if you, even with like fair use, like Nintendo comes after people, Marvel comes after people if they start doing independent projects like using the likeness of and stuff like that. And sometimes you can get away with it, but it really just depends on who. It's within the company's rights to come after you. It just depends on whether the company chooses to. Because like they don't want to be known as the people that go after children's fun. But
Yeah, that's like.
But some of them
the lame
do.
part of it is like it's a sentimental thing for like when kids are like putting on their own play. Like they're not trying to make money off of it. They just want to. The parents want to remember like this cool thing their kids did. And they just. It's illegal. You can't do that. You can't remember what they did.
Yeah.
It's all about
Yeah.
the money.
Yeah. That's
At the base of all of it, it's the money. All the money.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Lame.
So, Derek, I know you've got some past works as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man.
very prestigious.
Pulling
Yes,
up your IMDb
yes.
page.
Yeah, yeah.
Very-
Let's get that pulled up real fast.
Yeah. Did a lot of artsy kind of stuff.
Yeah, right.
Underground.
Underground.
Yeah. You gotta be in the know to know, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were privileged with the ability to watch these videos, these Spanish class
Yeah.
videos that you make. Before we talk about those, was there anything else? Or were those kind of like your crowning achievement?
Man, I was saying this earlier, but I think for me and some of my buddies, like those Spanish videos, those were like our high school glory days. It was like me and my buddy Seth Vincent, we were really big on it, just making these over-the-top, crazy Spanish videos. We basically only took Spanish class so we could make the videos once a semester and just have a blast doing it. His family had a Mac. It had iMovie. It was like we were just going to go crazy and just make the best, most fun video that we could.
That's cool.
And we would take a whole weekend and, figure out what we were going to do, film it, edit it. Like doing the 48-hour film, it felt a lot like a Spanish video weekend. It's like, shoot, we got to turn this in Sunday night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. Right. This needs to go.
Now,
Yeah.
were you guys the types to like procrastinate and try to put it off as late as possible, or were you pretty
I think-
prepared?
Every other class, procrastinate, forget about it. But like the Spanish videos, as soon as it got assigned, we bust out a pad of paper, we were writing it, trying to figure out what we were going to do. The sequel to our murder mystery, we spent weeks planning that. And like, we probably filmed over 2 weekends or something trying to get
That's
all the stuff done.
awesome.
And we just had a blast doing it. We had a group of friends who wanted to come do it with us and just, run around and be idiots and just have fun.
That's so cool. So you did a great segue for us there. One of the main reasons why we want to have you guys on was so we could talk about this year's 48-hour film project. Because now we could put some faces or a face to some of the actors of our
peanut
film.
butter.
So for people who haven't seen it, it's called Nuts About You.
So I was peanut butter lover.
Internally. It's called Nuts About You. It's on our YouTube channel. Check it out. We won 3 awards. So, but the awesome part about having them here is we want to get your guys' thoughts of like behind the scenes, like from start to finish. I mean, Derek wasn't even supposed to be the lead actor originally.
He was
there
a
were
writer.
so many things that happened during that span of time that we were just throwing people into slots and getting it done, and it was an unbelievable amount of fun. So definitely watch it if you haven't, and then maybe like come back so that you can hear what they have to say.
Yeah. Click here to watch.
Yeah, right.
Nuts About You.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably down.
Do the
So the writing process, we had Derek there for the writing process.
Yep.
Maybe give me some of your thoughts on how all that went down.
Before you even came on, what was was it like pulling teeth or like, because David reached out to you, right?
Yeah, I've known David has been doing the 48-hour film festival stuff, and I've just been like, oh man, ask me to come help. I want to do this, like, please. Every time he talks about, man, that is so cool. Please ask me to come help. I want to come. I want to be there. No, I mean, just going into it, I mean, I know David, but like I didn't know you guys, and like I knew you guys are, your professional, video production company. And so I was like, okay, these guys know what they're doing. They're legit. Yeah. I'm just going to come and be a fly on the wall.
Wow, you really didn't see Vitalian.
Hey,
But it was like,
it's a bad word around
It
here.
has a great BTS. Just came out. Go check it out. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just happy to be along for the ride, really. Like, I just wanted to come and hang out. And like, if I just was going to get coffee and then hold some stuff the whole weekend, great. I don't care. I just wanted to come and have fun. So I was like, I was telling my wife, I remember like before I headed down, I was like, hey, I'm just going to like take a back seat. This is their thing. I'm just here, whatever they need. And so I was just happy to be there just because I love doing stuff like this and being part of it. And like, you guys know, obviously you saw what I did. You guys know way more than I ever knew how to do. Like, so I was just happy to be there, really.
Well, what we saw out of it was your acting.
Oh yeah.
And that's when we realized, hey, this guy's potential. Yeah, the writing's there, but we really could use a lead actor.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I feel like that was just like the writing was just taking like a weird turn into the absurd.
Yeah.
And then,
As usual.
Yeah. And then Abby was just kind of like, no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I could tell his facial expression. He eventually was like, I was like, ooh, I think we're about to lose somebody.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because at least we had already had everything set up with you pretty much. Because we ran into you at Lukeby one day.
Yeah, you asked me if I wanted to be involved.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, what? Because you wouldn't tell me. You were like, do you just want to, like, help out? And I was like, yeah, sure. What do you want me to do? And you're like, well, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, sure, keep me in mind. And then it was coming up to the weekend. And I think you guys were still writing at this point. And I remember David texted me and he was like, do you want to be in the film? And I was
you want
like,
to be a peanut butter jar.
no. You were like, do you want to be in the film? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Like, that's fine. I was like, who's in it? And he was like, Alex Slovach. Is that it? Is that the name?
Daniel
Daniel
That's right.
Slovach.
Daniel?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't so
Daniel.
attached, okay? I had
Daniel
other...
Slovach.
Recycling expert.
Yeah. No, he was like, Daniel Slovach is in it. And I was like, who's that? And he was like, oh, it's a guy. And I was like, oh, okay.
You said that?
Yeah, he wouldn't tell me who. And I was like,
Oh, I
okay,
love
well, that's
it.
fine.
That's awesome.
And so then I find out after the fact that it's actually Derek. And that this whole thing is like this rom-com kind of situation. I'm like, oh, God. This is so much more than I signed up for. But here we go.
You were such a good sport about it.
I
Both
tried
of
to
you
be.
guys were, really. So,
He
yeah.
didn't have to be a good sport about it. He was just having the time of his life.
Yeah. It was fun.
I was a peanut butter jar that had to be in love with my own brother. Not that the audience knew, so it was a little more, but
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
fun. It was
Now
a
we're
lot of
putting
fun.
it out there, though.
Yeah.
So, like,
So,
that's one of the things that we definitely have to address.
I pulled up the original text message conversation.
Oh, awesome. What do you got?
So, out of nowhere, after not messaging you since May 23rd.
Oh my gosh.
On July 16th, I said, would you be willing to voice act a peanut butter jar?
Oh, that's right.
You wouldn't have to be on site, but you came on site anyway. And I said, hooray. You said sure, and I said, hooray. And trying to find your availability. You asked me what the plot is, and I said, man loves recycling.
Just recycling.
Yeah.
Loves nothing else. Just
He
just
loves
recycling.
recycling.
yeah. Yes.
And you asked me, who is the man? And I said, Daniel Slovach.
She's like, who the heck is Daniel?
Yeah. And, you asked me, does Derek get a cameo? And I said, yeah.
Oh, man.
So I kept it a secret.
Well, we appreciate that, David. I don't think it would have been possible without your elegant phrasing of many misconstrued things.
Yeah.
But that was the most awesome, or the funniest part of the whole thing, is we were all just giggling about the fact that you guys had to play opposite of each other and essentially love interests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really glad it was a peanut butter jar, not actually
Well, yeah,
no,
we probably
we
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have done anything
Yeah,
else.
no
school
way.
film instead.
Yeah.
Yep, we would have.
No, that'd be
No.
weird.
And
I like
that
that.
would be weird.
I wouldn't have-
Not what we originally planned.
Yeah.
Correct. It worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Which that was one of the other things was we did plan to do your voiceover after the fact.
Yeah.
But I think you being there and doing it the way that we had planned or changed the plan into, gosh, it made such a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I will say, as impressed as we were and still are with Derek's performance, I think you sold the Phoebe. I think you sold that part. Like, that helped so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a very good, like, you have like a voice actress, like it sounds very convincing. Like if I was watching a TV show, like an animation, I was like, oh, that's a normal voice I think somebody would provide. And then it's so weird whenever we start talking to you, because I didn't have that many interactions prior.
I know, right?
That I'll hear you talking over my quarter while I'm working when we were in the office the other day. I was like, Is that the jar? Oh, yeah. Hey, she's at Elvis. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
No, like after every like scene we did, every voice take, you're like, oh, that was so good. I was like,
No,
just
seriously.
just talking.
Yeah, well, I mean, he seems like a good talent to have.
Sold it though. Like I still feel like you were like, okay, I'm the peanut butter jar.
Yeah, Phoebe is a part of me on the inside.
No, for
somewhere.
sure. It felt that way.
Just dissociated your identity real quick. I'm a peanut butter jar.
Yeah.
It's part of my brain.
So, going into it, did you have like any preparation where you're like method acting or anything?
Just hold it.
Oh.
You just held a
I
peanut butter jar. You, I am you, you me.
You're just like, I'm gonna kill David.
Well, I think most of the time, like if I'm doing any kind of acting, I'm obviously gonna like read through the script and think about it and that kind of stuff. And like, what is the stereotype or like the archetype being presented? And so, yes, it was a peanut butter jar. Not many of those in the media and stories, but it's like, what is her voice doing? What is Phoebe telling us? So like that was kind of just how I went about it. I was like, okay, she sounds like, you know, just like your average like white female that's, you know, found on the street, goes on a date with this guy who's kind of weird, but she's into it. It's fine.
She just been chilling in a trash can.
Yeah. And then like you know, it goes awry, so she's like, I can't believe you did this to me. And, you know, all that kind of stuff. So you know, just had to channel that. It's not too hard.
Yeah.
Then you expired.
Oh, when you're putting this together, man, there's
okay,
so
Daniel.
many.
My time has come.
So glad we got to keep that line. That was everybody's like, no, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many things that go into making these little sketches and shorts that I'm sure you're aware of, being a fellow director and all.
Oh, man.
But it's like between the shots and the script and then also the acting, it's like if any one of those things is slightly off, or the audio, it's like it really detracts from what people take away. And, you know, we came out and you guys got some awards for it, so clearly people. Everything just kind of worked together in that way, and people liked it. So to us, it was really nice having you guys on and being able to present such a convincing relationship.
I still remember being so pissed that you called and you're like, oh, peanut butter. And I was like, what? Okay, peanut butter.
No,
what are we doing?
Back that up. Okay, so I drove up to Indy where we like get the prompt. And prior to last year, we realized that there were like some issues with like how unprepared we were. So we reached out to everybody and we're like, hey, we know that you like doing this like writing or acting or whatever. We reach out to everybody. So they're at a meeting in Franklin at an office, and they're like getting ready to write the script while I'm getting all the prompts. And I'm like, had the phone on speaker so we can send it off. And Abhishek was one that we've shot with before, and we DP'd, AC'd for him. And then he asked if he could just come hang out, and then he said he's been taking some acting classes and wanted to help. And asked me, great. It's like, thanks, man. We couldn't do this without you. We really appreciate it. We really need an actor because last time we didn't have one and it went not so well. So we would love to have someone talented such as yourself. And he agrees. He comes on, and everybody's there getting ready to write, and we get the prompts, and it's just a handful of things. We've talked about it before, so don't want to rehash too much.
Okay.
But
and we were jamming around the table, like really trying hard to think about ideas, and we were writing stuff down and trying not to go off the rails.
Yeah. So as they're coming up with ideas, and we're still getting the rest of the prompts on the phone, I'm putting some things into like it's like a script generator where you like just put in a couple of like a noun, a subject, and a genre, and it just spits out some AI automated story. And I take like it's like about a ghost and somebody's allergic to something, and I was like, people are allergic to peanut butter, and it's about romance, so let's have a guy fall in love with peanut butter. And as I'm on the phone with him, and we're getting ready to hang out because I have to drive back to the office to work with you guys. I'm like, what if the guy falls in love with peanut butter? And then everybody's like quiet, and they're like, you serious? I was like, yeah, hear me out. Like, he's allergic. He's like allergic, or it's going to expire. There's some sort of like twist. It's like, it doesn't have to be too much, but you know, it's just like take a normal relationship and you just like change one minor thing. It's like instead of a person, it's an inanimate object, and then tell the rest of the story. Because like, you know, Pixar does it with every inanimate object they can find, and it's like, well, they have Dutch peanut butter, so that's our IP now.
We own that.
Yeah. So I get back to the office with dinner and for everybody, and I show up and I was like, all right, what do we got, guys? Let's hear these great ideas you guys had. You guys hated the peanut butter. Tell me what you got. And they're like, well, what did you say, Cole?
I don't remember verbatim, but I mean, I know we for sure wrote you off on the phone, and then we chatted and chatted and chatted.
Yeah.
And then by the time you got back, we were like, I think we're filming I think we're filming the peanut butter idea. And your face was priceless.
Yeah.
What? It's the best idea we had because oh my gosh, it was rough.
Oh,
it was rough.
And the best part was Abby, who offered to be our lead actor, just as the conversation continued to push into what this relationship would be like and how the story would be written. As my face began to glow, his face just inversely went downward, and he was no longer interested in being a lead actor. And he's like, I can be, in the background. I can hold coffee. I can go home.
Yes.
And
please don't make me do this.
He was not about it. And I feel like he was very upfront and honest and cool with the whole thing. He was just like, look, I just don't feel like I can play that type of character. Like it wouldn't lend well. And he he's a super cool dude. Yeah. Like he's got the hair, the whole thing going on, right?
He was right though. He really was right.
So
and I was like, I know who could.
Well, I feel like your face was kind of glowing as we were writing the story as well.
We were all into it.
Oh yeah, I was getting. The weirder it got, the more excited I was. Like, oh man, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So it got weird, and then somehow.
What was the makeup situation that went on?
Oh.
Because there was, we did some altercations to your look.
I brought some of my brow gel and we put it in his mustache.
Well, I shaved down to just the mustache.
Yep.
And it wasn't quite dark enough. So
we put some of my makeup in there.
And
then we
pulled the hair down.
Yes, just in a little point. It's a very
straight down, and we put like extra gel in my hair to make it look greasy.
Yeah, very just disgusting kind of like an incel looking.
Oh man!
And then the glasses. The glasses.
Oh yeah.
Those were everything.
Yeah.
And the jumpsuit.
The jumpsuit was great. Such a good idea.
Well, I think what really sold it too was the voices and. One of the things that we were learning, but I don't remember if it was before or after we shot this, but another director was talking about like when you're low budget, you can't afford, like you want a guy that sounds tough and you want him to be huge. So it's like in Hollywood, there's like 3 actors that fit that, and like The Rock plays 80% of those roles. Yeah. And it's like you got Jason Momoa and the other, there's like 1 or 2 others. Mm-hmm. So when you're low budget, you don't have that opportunity. So the best thing you can do is cast for the voice, because the voice will, regardless of the acting performance, if the voice doesn't fit, it's really hard to sell it. And I feel like between both of your voices, like, I don't know, you did like a little bit of a shift in your pitch.
Yeah.
And like just your tone was enough of a shift that's like, no, I believe this is a sound I would expect,
Just cranked up the obnoxious just a little bit.
Yeah, my favorite line is still the, or maybe it's just the expression is like, I'm a recycling expert.
Well, always hold the badge.
I'm a recycling expert.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
You just put a number, whatever, right? Number 2 plastic in the number 1 bin. We looked it up. It is factual.
Yeah.
Don't remember it, but I'm a recycling expert. I know.
But I don't know. I absolutely loved it, and then it's still like going back. I don't know if you guys rewatched it or what your feelings were whenever you watched it at the IMAX.
Like I watch it every day.
His morning and evening mantras.
I love it and I'm proud of it, but like every time I watch it, like I start to hurt a little bit more.
Why?
I just like slowly like you always hear like actors like don't like watching their movies and stuff. I feel like I'm starting like, oh yeah, this is kind of weird.
He's growing creatively. He's advancing. for the next time.
The scene that kills me
Yes.
is the one where Phoebe is complimenting me after I take her out of the trash.
Yeah.
And she's just like showering Daniel in praise. And I'm just like, oh, this hurts me. This is weird. This is weird. That's my sister.
I love your
That's odd.
glasses.
And your mustache.
And your mustache. It's just so luscious.
No.
Yeah. I would be weirded out by that. I wouldn't like
Imagine
that
how
at
I
all.
felt.
I'm really proud of it. I think we did a
wasn't
great job at
expected.
just like,
You've shown it to a lot of your friends, right?
yeah. I shared it on my social media. Showed Haley's family. Haley's my wife. Her family thinks it's awesome. We just watched it at Christmas because we played, the game White Elephant?
Yeah.
So I printed off a poster, and as a joke, I signed it. It's like, to my biggest fan, signed my name, and I put it in the White Elephant.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so that was in there, and then we watched the movie afterwards, and so it's awesome, but it's just like, I don't think I could watch it too many more times.
Yeah. I feel that way about like the short films that Tristan and I did back in college.
Really?
I don't like seeing myself, especially on screen. It makes me feel weird.
No way. I didn't know this.
I mainly like the clown one. I don't like the clown video at all.
I love it.
No offense to your mom, but like she really liked that afterwards. Like this, I didn't like this, but you liked that, so that's also weird.
I don't know. I thought you sold it pretty well. Like I
Yeah.
believe that was a crazy cloud committing a murder.
Oh my
Maybe a
gosh.
crazy
I don't know if I've
person.
seen this video.
Yeah.
It's 10 seconds long.
Yeah, it was when we were doing.
I can see the thumbnail in my
the
head.
30-second film challenge or something like that.
Yeah, and I used my sister's beauty room. It was a clown that was doing a beauty tutorial, but it turns out he was just a serial killer clown that happened to be doing a makeup tutorial. And in 10
It's such
seconds,
a weird premise.
Yeah,
I mean, it could have like taken it somewhere. But,
I feel like you portrayed it very well, and I'm a bit confused by why that would bother you so much.
I don't hate it, but it's like it's weird to like I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess like
Not in the same
I'm not
way I
usually
don't
the
watch
actor, so
Vitalian is just like
That's your best performance yet.
oh no,
dude, the laptop flip whenever you're insulting your employee. How did that feel, by the way?
Oh,
We're
you
just
know.
derailing. How did it feel to be
It was
the
like-
employer insulting
it
your
was
employees?
literally midnight.
It didn't feel nice to be the
I was-
employee, just so you know. Flick the laptop and barely look at me like I'm trash.
Yeah,
Is that all I am to you?
Yeah, is that
that's
all
how
I am?
feel. Yeah.
How the turntables.
I just thought of that.
Oh, jeez.
You deserve it, I know.
I had no idea. So you don't want to do more stuff like that?
No, that's not what I was saying. I don't want. I just don't want to look at that video.
No, like I would totally do something like this again.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to watch the other video. I don't know why. It's just weird.
Did you feel that way the first time you saw it at the IMAX?
I didn't
He
see
wasn't
it.
there.
I was in there. I was in Mexico.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a bummer.
No, like the first
Both
time I
you guys
watched it,
missed
like
it.
it's awesome. It's just like every time I watch it, I don't know, I analyze myself a little bit
I
more.
get that, yeah.
Or like I'll hone in on something like, oh, that was weird. You said that really weird. That was odd.
Yeah, no, I think everybody's their biggest critic,
Yeah.
right? So
We've talked about it too. We need to do like a remixing of some things and do like a director's cut. This is what we did with Vitalian. Just fix some of the things we didn't have time to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if only that were enough.
Well, hey, you know what?
We'll go back and reshoot it.
We got second overall,
Yeah.
best cinematography.
Oh, I was
and-
talking about Vitalian.
Oh, I'm talking about Nuts About You.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
I think we could have. I think if we had a
should've
little more
won.
time.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I agree.
But it was the fan favorite, right?
It was the fan favorite.
And that's
Yeah.
what counts.
I went through and I watched the other ones and I felt like ours was the best.
I see this one, and
Yeah.
we literally got done. And let me preface this: it's not. This is no offense to anybody else's film. We appreciate everyone and all the submissions and everything, but the consensus of most of the people there was that we should have won.
Yeah.
And even the guy who did win, he stood up and he went.
He was very
like, I don't-
confused.
what? Huh? And
Yeah.
and good for him, seriously. And we.
Do you remember
we,
what was his film? Which one?
It was a murder horror almost
Oh,
because it
yeah.
He was
wasn't
like sitting on
Yeah.
the couch and
Yeah, did it win an audio award or or something?
Maybe.
It might have. I think you're right. I think
Because he
it
like
did
threw
win
a
a couple.
body in a van or something.
He murders his wife and then keeps getting phone calls from a unknown phone in his house.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, he has like a cleaner come. That was the recycling expert. The cleaner comes and takes the body
Oh
away.
yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, we did. We got done.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, we want to take pictures with the peanut butter jar, and like,
Yeah.
your film was so great, and like, we just had like a really good, feeling from the people who got to see it in person.
Yeah.
And we just had a lot of fun with it.
So it
So
would be cool to have some of those other guys on too.
oh yeah, for
I
sure.
didn't even think about that, but yeah,
The
I like.
previous year's winners. The winners from last year that went on to like the big contest. I forget
Oh, yeah.
what their film was called. It was really good.
It was so good. We knew in 2020 when
Yeah.
we submitted and saw their film, we were like, oh, we're screwed.
Well, I mean, we saw what we submitted and we said we're screwed.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But everybody from there, they were like super jazzed about our film. Like, we want a picture with the peanut butter jar. It was amazing.
Yeah, that
it was
was
really cool.
I appreciate it, but I thought it was odd too. I mean, I would never be like, I made a thing and people like it. You're weird, but I thought it was very peculiar how much people are fond of peanut butter. Like it's like I feel like if it were jelly, people wouldn't have wanted us to win.
But see, we sold it though. It's like
Yeah.
the voice,
Yeah.
the,
We made
the
them
whole
invested.
thing. Yeah, and that was the whole point, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole point, and we achieved that. Did you guys, just out of curiosity, did you have any like funny things happen on set that is like a story that you think about
Or try to forget.
or try to forget? Yeah.
I think there's one thing I'm having trouble remembering. I got hit in the head on set.
You got hit in
When
the head
someone
on
threw
set.
a plate at me.
I forgot about that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I just wanted to try. I just didn't know I would be
that's
so
it.
good at it.
I forgot. So we had
Yeah.
right. Who else was throwing the plates?
I was shook.
I think my wife threw one, didn't she?
I think everybody.
think
most people
everybody
took a
tried.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was the last one too.
yeah. You're like, hey, let me take a shot at this, and you did. You hit him right in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have it's like
We should put together like a outtake thing.
Yeah.
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 That'd be fun.
That would
Yeah.
be really cool if we go back through and try
Yeah.
to chop that up.
Yeah, because I know we got it. Because when we
Yeah.
were talking about it, we were like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a scene in the short film where it's a domestic situation where she's very frustrated and throws a seemingly glass plate just by the way it shatters. That was
Yeah.
the look we were
worked
going
out
for.
so good.
Yeah.
And he is maybe a foot closer to the camera than where the wall is, and the idea was for the plate to get thrown and hit some exposed brick in the apartment. But because the way the plates are shaped, it's kind of like it's kind of like a dome shape, so as it catches the air, it'll start to rotate around.
Yep.
And if you've ever you throw a frisbee, depending on how you throw it, it'll catch the air and either curve up, curve down, left, right, whatever. Most of them hit the wall.
Yeah.
But one of them just curved straight into
Yeah,
his
just
head.
Boom.
And the thing was, it wasn't a light throw because we threw
Oh, no.
one and it didn't shatter on the brick wall. So we're like, all right, we have to throw harder. So we are like beaming this brick wall with these plates, and one just takes a wrong turn and just clips him in the forehead.
Oh
And
man.
who threw that plate?
That was me. I remember very specifically you being like, make sure you hit the wall. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, I
was
got
like,
it. I
up
got
here,
it. I got it.
Up here. Don't hit me.
Straight in, just clocked him.
And the worst
Yeah.
part is there's like an internal rule for like directing where if an actor gets hurt, that's the take you use. And I kind of forgot we had that take because we're editing so quickly. I don't think that was ended up being the
Really?
take that we used.
Oh man.
However,
I don't think you could use that one, could you? I'm pretty
I
sure I read like, oh.
I'm pretty sure you swear. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably.
You might have.
Either way, we'll make sure that sees the light of day so people can at least appreciate all the pain that
Yeah.
went into making it.
Blood was shed.
I think you're right.
There was I think there was a little bit.
Just enough.
I love it.
Oh my
What's
god.
that?
You had to sell
Yeah.
the performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and we worked all the way up until the deadline. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
something getting overlooked.
Have you guys ever seen David freak out before?
I know I was going to ask that question.
Lived with him for a while, so yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seen it happen.
Does that happen like throughout these 24?
Yeah.
Okay, the amount that it happens, is it pretty linear? Like, oh, it's January, it's the once of the year that David freaks out, or is it like, did it happen a lot when he was younger and it kind of he matured, or did he get
like that
older
one.
and he got old
Yeah.
man mode and just
No,
Get
I
off
feel
my
like
grass.
he's matured. He's more even keel. But if he is freaking out, something's going down.
So I saw this dude lose his mind. Like I've never seen anybody lose their mind in my life. We were right up against the deadline, and I was like, "No, we're good, trust me." And he was pacing and yelling, and just I don't even know.
I turned to him and I was like, all right, if you want to freak out, go in the other room because you're not
Holy
helping
crap.
us at all right now. I don't mind that you're upset. Just do it somewhere else.
I was doing everything I could to not get violent.
My
He was
God.
gonna throw a
Seriously,
plate.
though.
Yeah.
He was gonna throw a plate.
The word of place.
He kept putting his hands on his head, and he's like, "God damn it, no! Are you gonna? What do you do?"
Yeah.
So I'm just like furiously just tapping keys and trying to get through. And
Yeah, it was due at like 7 p.m. We turned it in at 7 p.m. and 30 seconds or something like that. So,
I mean,
So it wasn't bad, the actual situation, but in my head I was freaking out because the process had changed from last year.
Yes.
We didn't know that, and so we were under the impression that we were good to go like 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we were actually going to turn it in.
we thought we were prepared.
And then we were
sure.
starting the process, and there's like, oh, there's like paperwork and like things you have to fill out.
It was
and I was
hateful.
like, frick. And like everybody,
that's what
we
he
don't
said.
know where any of this is. And like it was just getting down to the wire. We had like 5 minutes left, and we still hadn't started the upload. And I was like, God dang it! Because I had sat around for maybe like the last 30 minutes because I'd finished everything that I could. And I asked, like, is there anything I can do? It's like, no, we're good, man. We got this. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
we thought we
got
did.
this.
Well, had the process
Yeah.
not changed for the
Not
submission.
blaming anyone.
Yeah.
Just-
Hey,
but
you know
at
what?
the time, we were tired.
I will fully
stressed
take
out.
it. Fully take
I'm
it.
not blaming
I should have known that was the process, and that was my bad. But the cool thing
It's a
was,
team
is
effort.
literally as soon as you started the upload,
Yeah.
it timestamped you.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter because, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's internet's probably different, so they were like, "Oh, we'll just timestamp you as soon as you hit the upload button, and then it uploads on its own."
That's
Yeah.
good.
And so, well, yeah, it's the only way. Because I mean, we definitely it was whatever's
Yeah.
6:59,
Yeah.
or whatever, and I'm like hitting the button.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, man, we got 3 awards to win. I got my brother, my sister down for this. We're
I
not
know,
going to lose
right?
this because we just
Oh,
messed up in the last 30 minutes.
Well, we
Yeah.
definitely need to have you guys back
Yes.
Yeah.
this next year, for sure. Whatever that role looks like,
I'm happy
either
to
way,
do whatever.
have you come back because it was a blast, and this time you guys have to see the premiere. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that was a fun experience.
Cancel a trip to
Yeah.
Mexico.
So as soon as I mean,
I hope they do it. At
I
the
had
IMAX.
high hopes, right? Like I was very optimistic and positive about us going into it and maybe getting some awards and things. But I mean, there's always that little doubt in the back of your head because you're like, what are the other films going to look like? And
Right.
did we really do well enough?
Yeah.
And so it was like the first award that they screamed out and said, and they were like, Triflix. I mean, I literally jumped out of my seat and like put my hands up, and I'm just like, Tristan and I are looking at each other. We're just like, oh my gosh, we're losing our minds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, go get the
get
award.
And I'm like,
Yes, an award.
and then we get to the end after we get all the awards, and like, hey, I can't wait to see that recording. And he's like, what recording? It's like, the BTS, we're supposed to record all this. And he's like, oh, I forgot. so,
I was
so
so
we don't have-
jazzed I wasn't even filming.
I think between our families and everybody that was there, I think somebody has some cell phone footage, so it'll work out. But I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
'cause it's
Maybe
like,
Tom.
Because like we
Tom was there.
Tom probably
and
does.
April.
Tom was there?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Tom.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
Tom
Uncle
and April.
Tom.
Yeah, that's Uncle Tom.
Shoot, I know Uncle Tom. You know that. I didn't know he was Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang.
Oh,
Uncle
yeah.
Tom.
You work with April, right?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
saw both of them at the Carpenter Christmas party.
Yeah.
That's Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
So
I loved it.
Maybe Uncle
That's
Tom's
crazy.
got that footage.
They were going to sell their
Dang.
house, and I went over to their house, and I was there for like 2 hours talking to Tom, and he gave me beer and everything.
Yeah,
He was
that's
so
Tom.
cool.
I love Tom,
Checks out.
but once you start talking to Tom, you're there for a while.
My favorite thing is April's always like, she's like, just tell him to shut up. I'm like, I don't know. No. I don't even know the man.
Yeah, if you tell Tom that you, like, hey, I got to get going, you're going to leave an hour after you say that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Doesn't know how to say goodbye.
Love him.
No, he's great.
Unless anybody else had another topic they wanted to talk about, we've got some Would You Rathers set up. This is kind of how we've been ending our guest episodes. So,
Yeah.
All right.
if you guys are cool with that, everybody good with that?
Yeah,
Ready.
absolutely.
Okay. Who likes butts? Here we go.
What?
Way to start that off.
I know,
Okay.
Would you rather...
Daniel, that was for Daniel.
Here we go.
Oh.
That's for you, Daniel. Would you rather be the only person who speaks out of their butt or be the only person who doesn't speak out of their butt?
Is there any other caveats with that? I mean, is it just like physically speaking out of their butt? Correct?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Why would I want to speak out of my butt?
Yeah.
Well, it's either
You have to choose between
it's
the
either
two.
everyone does, including
Yeah.
yourself, right?
Yeah.
Or you're the only person who doesn't.
It's a scenario where one of them is going to happen. You have to choose which one.
I'm aware. Why wouldn't you be the only person who doesn't speak out of their butt? What is
Yeah.
the attraction of speaking out of your butt?
Yeah.
I'm wrapped in indecision right now.
I know. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's anything
You're,
that's
like,
like
running
attractive
all-
about it, or
all
that
of
you
the
would like
pros
want
and
to.
cons.
Well,
but-
they just speak out of it.
I feel like with these
we're not
questions-
implying they don't have a mouth. They just don't.
They choose not to.
There's normally a right answer.
Everyone has the ability to talk
Oh,
about
there's
it.
no
They
right
choose
answer.
to
But,
talk about it.
normally, like, in Would You Rather, there's one that's like, oh, yeah, clearly I'd have a third arm. But, like, this one is like,
They're both pretty
whoa,
weird.
that's,
Oh yeah, these are specifically supposed to make it hard for you to pick one of them.
Yeah.
It's like
Not
impossible.
me.
Would you rather?
Yeah.
I guess. You can. Oh, I don't know.
I don't.
You still eat through your mouth, if that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Well, man,
You
it doesn't
just-
say.
Your voice comes out
You're a
of your butt.
ventriloquist. You're just a butt ventriloquist.
I guess I'd be the only person who does. And then I would be like a special minority and maybe get special
get
treatment. Something like
You speak out of your butt.
I like it.
Oh my.
that. You could not hire me
Yeah, yeah.
because I have this condition.
Oh my gosh, you could work at a call center.
Oh my God.
You can still do your dream job, Derek. You could work at a call center.
I could be a bank teller. They couldn't stop me.
You would have to stand all the time.
Was it Rocco's Modern Life?
Oh man, that was a
No.
weird show.
Yeah.
He was a phone line worker.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's the right answer.
Yeah.
All right.
You chose the correct answer.
How is that the
That was
correct
close.
answer?
There is no correct answer.
That's definitely not it.
They,
All right, so you're doing the other one?
Yeah. I will be the only one who talks out of their mouth.
I think I would do that too.
Yeah.
I do the mouth.
I would be the only one talking out of mouth.
You want to live in that world
yeah.
where
Do you,
everyone talks out of
do
their
you want to
butts?
have bad breath all the time?
Would you?
Well, here's the thing: you can't smell your own bad breath.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
would be smelling everyone else's.
How do you
butt breath.
kiss?
Okay. Well, no, they still have mouths.
Oh
They
yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah,
speak out
yeah,
of
yeah,
them.
yeah, yes.
Oh my gosh.
But
Best not to think
My
too
point
much about
is-
this one.
What have you brought into this podcast?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I pick mouth speak.
Mouth
What
speak.
do you
Interesting.
pick, boy?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to be the only one that speaks out of my mouth. Everybody's talking out their butts.
Everyone already
I
does
feel
that.
like everybody's talking about their butts.
Wow.
Tristan and I know.
I don't know. I think.
a business.
I think I'll just. I think I'm just gonna jump in with everybody else and talk out my butt.
Peer pressure.
No, it's not peer pressure. It's just like you know.
You want
that's
to?
actually the minority. So you're the
it's just
minority
you and
in
Derek.
two ways.
That's okay. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah, look at that. That's his title for this episode. Cole.
Cole the minority. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Let's see. We'll try to lighten it up a little bit here.
I feel like
No
that's
more butts.
Please, no lighter than that.
Okay.
That's pretty light.
Would you rather have a dog that looks like a baby or a baby that looks like a dog?
Is it hairless? Like the dog is hairless?
You let it live outside in a doghouse.
I would just imagine like a baby's head on a dog's body. Maybe.
I think it's just a
dog
baby that
that
acts
looks
like
like
a
a
dog, and
baby that acts like
a
a dog.
dog that acts like a baby. That would eventually grow up to be an adult baby dog.
I will take the dog that looks like a baby.
He's like, I need that. I get that. I get that, though.
I don't want little JoJo to look like a dog.
Yeah, you just be like on the couch petting.
Petting just a baby, like, I love you.
I don't think I could. Would the
Pee
baby?
outside.
The baby just looks like a dog. It just looks like a dog.
It just looks like a dog.
And the dog just looks like
You
a
want
baby.
your child to look like a dog?
Well, I'm trying to imagine a baby that barks or a dog that
What
talks.
was it Jumanji? He like turns into like a little furry kid. Like he just gets covered in hair. He turns into a monkey kid. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
something like that, but a dog version.
Oh no,
Okay.
I don't think I could do that. So maybe a baby.
Like it'll eventually grow up, right? You have a werewolf
just
Oh
look
kid.
like
gosh,
a
I never
human.
thought
You
about
gotta have a
that.
werewolf kid. That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You're
just,
dooming that kid to being
They
a dog.
could just shave
for
all the
rest of its
time.
life.
Have you seen Santa Claus, the movie? It's like just shaves and grows back immediately.
I guess I have to pick a dog that looks like a baby.
Could you imagine just a baby that barks?
I don't like it, but I
Sleeps at the foot of the bed.
at least
That's what Josiah is. My son bars all the time. Yeah.
You're,
Well, it's
you're
like-
almost there.
Looks like you got what you wanted.
Yeah, I did.
David?
Says to me. So I've been thinking about like the outside perception of having a baby that acts like a dog. So like, what is child support going to get on me for like maltreating a child? It's like, why is your child acting like an actual
Would it be
animal?
CPS?
Am I going to be arrested and like taken to court because like I've raised a feral human?
But I would think that it would be a common thing, right? Like if you were gonna, would you have the only
It would
one,
be a common thing.
or would it just be like a normal thing?
I don't know.
That'd be
I
the
don't
tough part.
know.
Like,
It's best not to
scared.
think too much on this
But
one.
I wouldn't want to doom a human to be like
No.
a dog.
if you had to
Can't
go to
do that.
court,
Okay.
just have them do DNA testing. It'll be
I don't
okay.
Okay.
know. That's not gonna be my DNA.
I feel like
It's gonna be a dog.
I feel like
now I see why you have a human dog.
I want the baby that looks like a dog, and I'm gonna train them to run races. I'm gonna train them
Be as
to be
fast as Usain Bolt.
Olympic athlete.
Yeah. I guess
Like
a
a
dog that looks
right.
like a baby. I think I would go with that because I don't want to make a kid.
Oh wait, if it was a dog that looks like a baby, then it would grow up and it would just I don't know. It would be like really disciplined or something and loyal.
Man, could you imagine that?
But just looks like
it's just
baby.
it's just
Just
like a
looks.
grown man that walks around on all fours.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, baby that looks
You-
like a,
you could
a
just-
doggy.
Oh,
You could
that's
always
fine.
just rehome.
Rehome the baby.
Oh my god.
Rehome.
The dog. The dog. You
It's a dog. Euthanasia.
I gave birth to it.
gonna go
That's your definition to be
So you're
homing.
it's gonna grow up in Asia?
No.
Is that what you said?
Only when it's young.
That's a lot of euthanasia.
That's like that's gonna be an episode of TLC. I gave birth to a furry.
That'd be a TLC show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
And I would probably do a dog that looks like a baby. I don't know if I could do the baby
Yeah.
that looks like a dog. Because then
Baby
you'd
looks
have
like
to
a
do
dog.
all the things you normally do with the baby with the dog, and I'm out.
Yeah.
I just make it go outside.
I think it would be funny to play fetch with my baby.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine if you have the mind of a human, but you were a dog? You could just mess with people though. Like you're giving that kid a great opportunity.
Oh my gosh. I like the way you're thinking about
You're
it.
saying
It's
you're
very
giving
creative, but I'm out.
You're giving that kid a new
have a
privilege.
terrible life.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
he's gonna enter the
You'd
Olympics.
be creating a supervillain.
Yeah.
For sure.
That baby
Yeah.
No matter what you
be
do.
tormented
Villain
and
back.
bullied.
Well,
And
all the other kids in school be blowing dog whistles and be like, just messing with
Your
this.
kid's like, I ate my own homework.
I think they've already done this idea with the Tim Allen movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Shaggy Dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he turned
Yeah.
into a dog.
Yeah, he turned
Yeah.
into a dog. I don't think he liked it too much.
John bit
Yeah, he
me.
wasn't a fan.
He
Oh, he had
almost
a
got
family.
euthanized too. Ask
yeah.
the dog.
Yeah.
he did.
It's like, oh no.
My kid got taken to the pound.
Yeah, right? You don't get a call from like the cops or school. It's like the pound. They're like, sir, I think we have little
I
Joseph.
don't know. I assume the dog
Your
could
son
talk.
has rabies.
We're playing with raccoons again. Oh my gosh.
I can enter him in dog fighting and he like stand up and just
Oh my gosh. He would dominate.
I'm just looking at every way this could be an advantage for him. All right.
Sounds like advantage for you. Thank you. He's like, you could be an Olympian. You could win dog fights for me.
As long as my name is in the title, the money comes to me.
Yeah.
Cole, was that your last question?
Nope.
Oh,
I have one more.
Yeah,
This is a
Okay.
doozy. We've
Last
been doing
one.
3. Okay. Would you rather look 10 years older from the neck up or the neck down?
Neck up.
That was fast.
I think Joel Haver already picked his choice on this one.
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber that's like
I get that,
pretty
though.
great.
Silver fox.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Forever? Like, does that part of my body continually age 10
Oh, yeah.
years
It just
older
gets
than
aged
me?
old.
Yeah, so if you're like 50, whatever half you choose looks like it's 60.
Just be like a jacked old man. Just
I know, right? Just now it's it. What is it? Yeah, from the neck up. So just your face, literally, your face would just like I would almost have like a 40-year-old's face.
Almost.
Almost.
get respect.
Get
I think-
respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine though at the point when you're like 10 years old
You
and
look
your face
20.
looks 20 or
Or your body, but
looks
you still
20?
have like the prepubescent
Oh my
chubby
God,
cheeks.
yes. You'd be popular.
You'd be so. It was the Free Guy when Ryan Reynolds is the face on the
Yeah.
jacked dude.
That's it right there.
Dude, you'd win all the playground fights.
But it'd be pretty baller to be 10 and you just like facial hair.
True.
I think that's how kids get bullied.
No,
No.
we had a kid
Kids
with a
get
mustache.
respect.
That's how you get
he was
popular.
cool. He had a
Dang, dude.
mustache at 12.
Yeah.
Yep. Like nice stash, bro. It's like, yeah, don't mess with me.
There's obviously different standards at 12-year-olds.
I guess. I don't know.
No, if you could have a mustache at 12 years old, you did it.
Yeah,
It was
for sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
You would be.
It took me forever.
Yeah, you
I
would
didn't
be
even connect
so
forever. Like literally. Everybody called me chin strap. Wasn't nice.
Was it
and
by-
it started here too. It just grew here first.
Oh, no.
Just 2 patches. I would take it.
What would you choose?
So, is it just superficial or is it like medically as well?
It looks like it.
It just looks like it? Then I
It
would
does
let
say
my-
look.
Okay, then my body being 10 years older. So that way, I can still be super like physically buff. I'm just 10 years older. Because if it was going to be harder for me to be like physically active, then no.
I gotcha.
But I'm 20. If I have the body of a 30-year-old, but I can still get jacked and I still look like
Is
this.
that a goal of yours?
She wants to get
Yes.
jacked.
I want to get jacked.
Well, not right now, but I have been jacked in my life.
Holding up the megaphone
You
saying
got
row.
jacked.
No, I used to have I used to do rock climbing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I had a 6-pack, massive biceps, delts. I had the traps. It was
Just
Perfect.
beat,
And you
just
could beat
beating
up David.
man, no, that's been my life goal.
You
but-
just put him in a headlock every day. You're like, remember me.
Yeah.
What's my name?
Bro.
I don't know.
yeah.
Please.
Gotcha. So we got
Yeah.
neck up, neck
up.
down. David.
I don't know. I was thinking neck up too. I would like to have probably the beard either accelerated. I just want to know if my beard's going to be garbage or not, really.
You're going to have the Joel
I don't
I
Haver.
care
swear if
anything
my
else.
beard is garbage. Isn't it funny where all these
Yeah.
guys have talked about facial hair?
Yeah.
It's like facial hair is like the crowning achievement.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Dude.
and now I just hate shaving.
Yeah. So I go with that. I go face up.
I
Neck
do body. The pro is when you're younger, you could be like the best on sports and probably get a lot of scholarships. But the worst part is when you're younger, your mother's delivery would be horrible.
Oh my gosh. So when you
Just give
yeah.
birth to a 10-year-old.
Could you imagine giving birth to just a 10-year-old's head in a baby body?
My mother would cry
It's
over
like a
you.
bobblehead.
Yeah, like a George Lopez just pops out, just like it's like George Lopez's head on a small infant.
What's up? Body.
I really like the idea of just giving birth to just a half
Something
developed,
weird, right? Just something
Very strange.
non-normal.
half developed human.
Man.
Interesting.
Nope.
Well, I definitely already said neck up, so I'm
Neck
with
up.
you guys on that.
Yeah,
I want to have that mustache when I'm 10.
Yeah.
Me and
What's
we'll
up?
be jacked. We'll just be.
You guys can be
huge.
jacked, whatever.
We're gonna win
We could still be
every game of
jacked.
tag.
Yeah, we could still be jacked, right?
Catch up
Yeah.
at 20 anyway.
You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
right.
Yeah. All that waits
I
for
got
me
10
at 30.
years.
All that waits for me at 30 is crow's feet, so you can take your facial hair. So
Hey.
Dude, you could have been a forward or a guard in basketball when you were younger.
It's true.
You would have been the tallest on the team.
That would have been a big deal for me.
Wow.
My parents would also be surprised if I played any sports. You play basketball? No. Nope.
not our child.
Oh boy.
Okay, I promise that's it. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
What a fun little episode.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you both very much for making the trip, coming in, hanging out with us for a little bit. Definitely probably do this again in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe after the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, more
there you
peanut
go.
butter. No, I'm just kidding.
It's gonna be the sequel.
Just always voiceovers too.
it's gonna be the
Like,
mini jars.
what am I gonna be this year?
Hey, that's how
Thanks,
it goes.
David, for letting us bring your family on despite you
I wasn't
knowing.
afraid of letting you guys meet my family.
We appreciate
It
that.
was an important decision to make.
Yeah. I feel like you were more afraid of what would be said if they came on. Just like, childhood stories. We appreciate you being so willing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm comfortable with it now.
I forgot one thing. So, past couple weeks, Tristan and I have been chatting, and we were talking about the fact that we have a fan on YouTube, and we were pretty jazzed about it.
yeah.
We were pretty
Yeah.
jazzed, and
You told me about it in the office.
I did. David came in, and I said, "Dude, we got a fan. He's been commenting on stuff." I was like, his screen name is Bugleboy. I said, "We have no idea who this person is." And he was like, "Well, click on the profile." And I clicked on it. It's freaking Derek. not that we're not happy.
No, I
that
get
you're-
it. I
but
get it.
we literally were like, somebody just out in the ether found us and they
Yeah.
love us. Freaking
No,
Derek.
it's just me. Fan of the show.
It still feels good. So
Yeah.
No, it feels
Yeah.
good. It felt better
Yeah.
after that, but it was just funny.
Bugleboy 94 here, longtime listener, first time caller. Love you guys. Love the 48-hour film festival stuff. Just want to know, can I be in your next video? Please.
send us your IMDb. We'll check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a background check in. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I had to add that in because I thought that was hilarious. But yes.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys would figure out that was me.
Oh yeah, no, eventually. And I would have when I pulled up your profile and saw your cover photo, I was like, oh shoot, that's Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it as soon as I saw it.
Yeah, they're telling me about it, and I looked at your picture. I was like,
Is that the karate one?
yeah, I was like, that looks
Yeah.
like. Wait a minute, click on his profile picture.
We just zoom in and he's like, it's
Yeah.
Derek.
I was like, that's definitely him. And then we click on your profile, and your banner is you doing like this.
Oh,
like
yeah,
much
yeah,
older.
yeah.
I was like, it's Derek.
Yeah.
It's okay. We still
Trying to
love
help your engagement. You
Yeah.
know?
We
That's
you.
what
We
did.
really
Yeah.
do appreciate it. You have no idea.
Yeah.
So, is there are there social media channels that you guys that you'd like to throw out that people can go check out something on? No,
Bugleboy
No,
94.
don't look for me.
don't look for Derek.
You won't find him. I'm on Instagram.
Okay,
It's elise.bake. That's
nice.
all it is. You can see my rowing stuff. It's not super exciting, but maybe I'll put this podcast on there
Hey,
and get you
you're
some.
contractually obligated to.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, never mind.
They're here
Edit
by
that part
choice.
out.
Well, thanks, guys. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
It's been a blast. Like I said, we'll have to do this again. And it was awesome to find out some of the Baker family secrets. So
Of course.
appreciate it.
Deep, dark secrets.
All right.
Yeah, so you can watch us on YouTube at the Triflix Cast. You can check us out on Instagram, Triflix Cast and Triflix LLC, and we're on Facebook. And go to triflix.com to hire us or get a hold of us, because
Send somebody on.
we are actual professionals. So
Yeah. We do things for money, and you could come on in and I don't know, tell us about what you do. Maybe you're pretty cool too.
yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. But
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yay!
It's probably 2022, so hope you're having a good New Year.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Wahoo.
It's over.